Hello and welcome back for another historic video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Dredgeless Dredge deck in best of 3. The deck is looking to mill over cards from our library and then bring them back to the battlefield. Key interactions are Narcomoeba and Bloodghast, bringing back the prized Amalgam, as well as Silversmote Ghoul being brought back to the battlefield using Creeping Chill, which also would trigger the Amalgams. Historically, this style of deck is fairly difficult to interact with, and I have high hopes for how it performs in the matches today. We've won the die roll again. We'll play first. Here, with only a Tome Scour, I think we have to mulligan. This one is also not very good. No mill. And on 4, we have to keep, unfortunately, sending 2 Creeping Chills to the bottom. So this is going to be an uphill battle. We'll start on the river, pass the turn. If we draw into one of our Bloodghast, we might want to play the Pathway on black so that we can hardcast it. We'll cast our Gaze, and they probably have interaction for the Psychic Frog, but we'll still draw it here. And then we will put the Pathway on black. This will bring back the Bloodghast, which in turn will bring back the Amalgam. And then I think we're going to hold on to Psychic Frog until they've exhausted some of their removal. So we'll Tome Scour. Set an upkeep stop as well, so that we can use the Otherworldly Gaze during our upkeep and have a little bit better selection during our draw. They Troll Cycle, so maybe they're on a reanimation strategy as well. Let's see what we have here. This is great. We'll grab another Amalgam. Take the land, and then we'll attack in before we play the land out in case our opponent destroys our Bloodghast. Failure from our opponent doesn't impact our side of the board. See if they have a removal spell they can flicker. They do not, and that's enough for the concession. Not knowing what our opponent is going to be bringing in here, I think we do the same thing as last round. We'll bring in the Forces, shave 3 of the Stitchers, and then don't really want Psychic Frog against the Felia deck. Maybe we'll bring in a couple Feed the Swarm instead. That way we can destroy something like a Leyline, and it's also good against their creatures. And we'll give this a try. It's also not unreasonable to bring in a Karn Stylux here. I think we'll wait to see if there's a game 3 before evaluating that card. This is a very fair hand. Don't think it's going to cut it. This is better. We can keep, and we'll get rid of the second island, I suppose. Play out Dark Slick Shores, and we're going to Tome Scour here. And we can Gaze in the upkeep. Opponent has something that they can cast here. Fragment Reality. We have the Stitcher Supplier, so that was not the best for our opponent. Overlord can provide them quite a bit of value. Surgical Extraction, so we do need some counter spells. And We can take the glimpse here. We won't be able to cast it until next turn. Hit for 1. Play out a tapped Order Grave. Brings back our Amalgam. Make sure to set an upkeep stop. Looks like we missed it. So we'll mill ourselves. Hit a couple Creeping Chill here. A couple Narcomoeba. We are going to need our Wonder to fly over the Barragoyf, but they attack in with it here. We'll jump with one of the Narcomoeba. Probably should have used Stitcher Supplier there. That was a bit of a mistake. And they have another Barragoyf, so this is going to be almost impossible to overcome at this point now. We'll lead off with the Glimpse. Hit the last of our Creeping Chill. Still no Wonder. We can play out an island here, and then we'll swing in with our Flyer. Pass the turn. One thing we can do is we can block with the Ghoul and sacrifice it to prevent life gain, but with all our Creeping Chill gone, we won't be able to get it back from the graveyard anymore. And they're actually going to just exile it, so might as well draw now. They attack in. No blocks this time. This is most likely game over. They're going to get to put 2 creatures back in their hand. Pyrogoyf. Quite an interesting deck from our opponent. There's a little loose synergy, but it's not normally the cards you see played together. Here, do they just target the Barragoyf? That probably was the better choice. So, we'll do the only play we have. Cast the Gaze. Is this enough? We can cast the second one here. Another Bloodghast, another Amalgam. Not going to do the math, but it's going to be close. I guess the Bloodghast don't have haste, so it actually is not going to be close. Attacking with everything. Opponent down to 6. They're going to go back up to 16 again after their attack. Pyrogoyf can take out some of our creatures. Most likely just goes for an Amalgam. Goes for the Ghoul. It's also a good choice since we can't bring it back anymore. And then what would they grab here? Valor. So for Graveyard Hate, they really only have Surgical Extractions from what we've seen, and the Trawler. They have some discard still, and again, the Barragoyfs are going to be a lot of trouble. Attack in, and I don't think this is going to be enough. So 2 points short. We can play out a Ghoul, play out an Amalgam. Opponent still has more than enough for lethal here. And another Goyf. It's 10 to face, and that'll do. So we have a bit of a difficult situation here. We want to have Force of Negation for their surgical extractions, but we're also trying to deal with their creatures and enchantments. Maybe we go up 2 more Feed the Swarm. We'll bring back in a Stitcher Supplier. drop a couple Tome Scours and do the 61 card special. We'll give that a go. Still don't think we want the Stylex. A lot of their cards are more expensive, and so it's hard to get it up to the right mana values. We'll play first. This hand is about as good as we're going to get. Start on a tap land and just hope they don't have a Thoughtseize. So far, so good. Surgical Extraction is the next test. And it's just a Narcomoeba by itself. They'll Fatal Push. That's fine. And they have an Overlord, so a good start from our opponent. They whiff here, though. That's what we needed. So we can start on a Gaze. Creeping Chill. And then we don't mind drawing into the Tome Scour next turn. And we'll play out the Swamp. That'll bring back one of the Bloodghast, and we'll hard cast the other one. 10 power in play. Divine Purge. Brutal. Didn't see that in the first two games. Make sure to get our upkeep stop set. We'll Gaze here. Try and rebuild. Not the best. I'll still take the Tome Scour. Now it seems as though our opponent might have a Surgical Extraction. Play out the island, get back a Bloodghast, maybe. Two of them are in exile already, so not the best surgical target. They might go for the Amalgam instead. And they do. So this one is slipping very rapidly. How many Creeping Chill did we hit so far? Just the one. So in theory, we could still do 9 direct damage to our opponent. So we really want to get at least 3 more damage in. We will try to attack in first. And then here, we'll play out the pathway that they know about already, and one of the ghouls. Next turn, the Bloodghast is going to enter tapped from exile, so we won't be able to attack in with it. And this is going to flicker the Overlord. Glimpse is good. I'll use that. Hit one Creeping Chill. Then I think we're still attacking with the Ghoul. It will come back if they block it with the Dollmaker, since we gained 3 life already. Play out the island. Get a Bloodghast back and pass the turn. Ophelia is going to flicker the Bellmark, most likely. We'll take 2. They get back the Dollmaker. We'll actually take the other Feed the Swarm here. And then no point in using the other Gaze at this point, so we'll just go to turn. Definitely want to take out a Baraglyph. Then we can attack in with everything. Let's see here, we have the option We can let them delete something. Or we could take out the Overlord. I think we need to take out the Overlord, actually. If they attack in with it and get a Barragoyf back, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So we'll let them delete our Bloodghast. They go for the Narcomoeba instead. Don't necessarily agree with that one. I know they think they can just block the Bloodghast with the Dollmaker, which is true, but that's a trade, and we're going to get the Bloodghast back. And feed the Swarm off the top here. Should do it if our opponent doesn't have a white removal spell. Great game.